Good morning, everybody. It's me. Time to shave again. It's just an average Friday morning. I'm your host, Saul Goodman. Time to shave. I'm getting that a lot. Saul Goodman or Nicolas Cage. I don't get it. Look at this hair. It's getting higher every day. I need a haircut, fellas and ladies. All right, I just took a shower. Wet my face down. And I was debating whether to use the old Barbasol or go with the Sterling margaritas in the Arctic. And I'm going to go ahead with this because Barbasol is great for when you just have to be super quick in and out, but I got a little time, so I'm going to do the better quality shaving soap. And Sterling coming up. We've got a review of all the Sterling products that I have, which I got a bunch of samples. You can go on their website and get a bunch of samples. And I'll tell you what, I have been using this Rockwell razor since that last review. I've been using it all week. I feel kind of bad because I haven't been using my Fat Boy. And it's just sitting there forlorn in the medicine cabinet up there on the wall behind you, behind this iPad that I'm filming on. Anyway, this thing is fantastic. You know what I think it is? It's a combination of how this sort of matte stainless steel texture feels against my skin and the little guard. You see the guard is kind of got a point to it? Whereas the Fat Boy has kind of got this roundedness, and there's something about this point that makes it feel like it's, I don't know, it feels good. So thanks again, Rockwell, for sending me this. Now let's shave. Let's get to shaving. The old Sterling and the satin tip. Shake some water out of there. I've been using a little bit less water in my when I lather up here, and I'm kind of liking that because it's giving me a kind of a thicker, stiffer shaving foam, shaving cream, whatever you want to call it. All right, that looks good to me. Try to get all the edges out of there, and then I rinse out the little container so I can let it dry like that. And here we go. Yeah, see, it's a little bit. I shake more of the water out of the brush now. Ever evolving with the wet shaving, and I guess that I'll never leave my Fat Boy behind, mind you. But while I'm still enjoying using this Rockwell razor, I'm going to use it. It's great to have an arsenal of a few different razors and shaving soaps and creams and things like that. And I'll tell you, if you go any of those forums, I'm sure there's Facebook groups about wet shaving and Badger and Blade forum online. They have, what do they call it? Razor acquisition syndrome, where guys are buying like 20, 30 razors all the time. I understand that. I've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 that I purchased, and then 4 that have been given me for reviewing. So I understand your plight, wet shavers. Always wanting to try something new, but then I tell you what, when you find something you like, I stick with it for a while. This thing feels so good. I don't know, it's a combination of the weight of the razor, and there was a good discussion between a couple of people on my channel from the last one talking about what they had on their wish list, how the Rockwell was on the top of their list. And I'd never heard of it before, but guys that are kind of experts at wet shaving knew all the different brands of razors, and blades, and soaps especially. There's so many different soaps to try. And I guess today I'm sticking with the old Rockwell razor made in the USA and the Sterling soap made in the USA. So did you guys make it through Halloween okay? We had a bunch of trick-or-treaters at our house. And a bunch of candy left over. Now I've got two little kids that trick-or-treat, and they got so much candy that by the end their little plastic pumpkins were getting too heavy. That's when you know you need to stop trick-or-treating. And what my wife did, the idea she had so that we wouldn't just have 900 pieces of candy laying around the house for the next 6 months. And I don't know where she heard this, but she told them about the Candy Fairy, the Halloween Candy Fairy. And what that is you let them pick, 5, 6, 7, however many pieces of candy to keep. And then You put the rest of that huge bucket full of candy that they required. You leave it out for the candy fairy, and overnight she comes, kind of like the tooth fairy, and leaves money for the kids. So they're not unhappy to lose their candy. They're happy to get money, and you don't have to worry about them rotting their whole mouth out eating Twizzlers for the next year. All right, there's the first pass. Rockwell, doing well. I'm gonna rinse off my face with some more warm water. Get some more shaving cream up here. Go to number 2. Something else? Go number 2. Did you hear that? No poop jokes, please. Something else I've noticed about this Rockwell razor. I don't get as many nicks for some reason as I was with my Fat Boy. And I'm not sure if that's how the blade is being, has been exposed, or the razor itself, or what, because I'm using a feather blade. I'm using my normal setup this morning. The only thing different is the Rockwell. I'm using my feather platinum blades like I always do. I'm using shaving soap that I've been using with my Fat Boy across the grain here. But I get less nicks with this razor. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, that's for sure, but I certainly have noticed that. And it feels like, maybe it's because of the weight, or just the design of the head, it feels like it gives me a closer shave. I mean, I love vintage razors, and I love vintage everything, I guess. But there's something to be said about a really well-designed modern razor like this. I haven't tried too many modern razors. Certainly not of this caliber, this price range. It's a good one. I'm not endorsed, not being paid to say these things. I was just given a free razor. Anyway. All right, now speaking of that, look, I did get a little nick there. Spoke too soon, folks. Talking to you too much and not paying enough attention to my shaving. So November is upon us. And it's still 80 some odd degrees here in Texas. It's been way warmer than it should be. All across the whole nation, as far as I can tell. But we're going up to Kansas City for Thanksgiving this year. Big family get together. Like 60 some odd people and 1 million kids. That'll be fun. Hopefully it'll be cold. Last year it was very warm. The warm weather follows me wherever I go. I'm from Houston originally, and I swear I spent more 75-degree Christmases than I care to think about. All right, there's pass number 2. And here's where I got some stubble left. And this is what I do if I'm doing 2.5 passes. Rinse my face again. And I just do the areas I want to get done again. Under the neck, sideburn area, maybe a little bit on the chin. I don't care too much about it. I don't know if you can hear it. There's a teeny bit of beard stubble left. There we go. Right here under my chin. It's always hard to get all that stuff and get it as smooth as I like. So I just go over it a few times. Don't go over your face too much. Get razor burn. Somebody was asking me why razor heads can be so fat. Is there a reason? I don't know if there's a reason. But this one's not hard with the right manipulation to get all the places you need to get, like under my nostrils. Just gonna go lightly like this, kind of at this 45-degree angle. Like I said, I don't have to do this, but it is nice to have a smooth face, if you're into that. It is Movember. I forgot you're not supposed to shave, but I shave every day. Some guys don't. I've been learning from comments. Some guys do. If you have any questions, please post them. If I have a good enough answer, I'll answer you. If I don't, I won't. Doesn't mean I didn't read it. All right, that's good enough. Rinse off the razor. Rinse off my face. Cold water this time. Rinse out your brush. I really like this brush, this synthetic bristle brush. It's a lot softer than the kind of cheap one I had. Shake it out. Let it air dry. I don't take with the old Fat Boy, I used to open it up and let it dry, but I just kind of let this stay like that because I don't want to mess with the wet razor afterwards, slipping and cutting my finger. Make sure you get behind your ears, because the other day I was about to leave the house and I noticed there was like a huge wad of drying shaving cream behind my earlobe. All right, now that's done. Time for the Sterling Bay Rum Post Shave Balm. This doesn't necessarily go, this scent doesn't go with the margaritas in the Arctic, but I love the smell of bay rum. And I don't know if you've smelled it before, because I hadn't smelled it until this past year. It's gorgeous. There we go, just a little bit will do. It's like this rich, buttery rum, clove, and it goes on smooth, doesn't burn. There you go, a little self-punishment in the morning. Make you want to slap your face. Well, that's it. Thanks for joining me for this quick little shave on a Friday morning. Hope you have a good weekend. Thanks for subscribing and thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. If you have any requests, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'll see you then.